The idea of the patterns that we're noticing in these questions is that they work for any graph. We did 4 graphs to begin with. 1 over x, x cubed, absolute value of x, and the square root of x. We saw that with x squared at the beginning of this lesson, it does the same thing. Okay? So there's going to be sort of 2 types of questions that you'll see on tests and on your exam. Some questions where they expect that you know the graph already, and other questions where they give you the graph. Here's a graph that we did not do. Well, not this year. You might have done it in grade 11. The 1 over x squared graph.
Sorry for the interruption. Any grade 9 student with the last name of S and T, please go to the gym for your pictures. That's S and T for last names for grade 9 students. Please go to the gym for your pictures.
Okay, so we never did the 1 over x squared graph, but they gave us a picture of it. Okay? This question has the keyword describe at the beginning. And there are some keywords that we have to teach you to get you ready for the exam. 2 of those keywords are describe and the other one is explain. And you have to use words to answer these questions. If you just write math, or even use math to explain without actually using words, they tell us when we're marking the exam, if there's any math on the paper, cover the math with your hand and just read the words around it. If it makes no sense, then you have to give them 0 for the question. Or sometimes a half mark if it makes a little bit of sense. This is a way of, across curriculums, they're trying to increase both literacy and numeracy skills. So they're thinking, how can we bring literacy skills into a math class? And eventually they're wanting to bring numeracy skills into English. I don't know how they're going to do that so much. Maybe if they're turned to page 300 in your novel, they're hoping you can find that page quickly. I'm not sure. But describe and explain questions, you have to use words. So in part A, okay? The first thing I would do in part A is I like the y by itself, and I have to decide if this is inside or outside. This 3 is outside. So I would describe it the original graph of y equals 1 over x squared is translated three units up. Okay? That would be perfectly fine. Sometimes you'll see the following word added in here. We talk about things moving up and down as being vertical, left and right as being horizontal. But if you didn't have vertically translated, it's kind of implied when you use the word up. So if you didn't have vertically in there, you would still get full marks. But with a describe question, they'll look at your words and say, is there anything missing, or could I use your words to do the question wrong? Because sometimes you write something, and I could use your words to do it right, but I could also misconstrue your words a little bit to do it wrong. Then you're going to lose a half mark for clarity. We want to be as clear as possible. And then in part B, again, I would take the time to move the 4 to the other side. And I would notice that this 3 is inside, that's going to be horizontal, and this 4 is outside. When I go to describe, I'll add lots of words to make sure I'm as clear as possible. The graph of y equals is translated 3 units. Again, x is our liar, so I see that plus 3, that's actually going 3 units to the left. And vertically, 4 units down. So we're trying to be as clear as possible in these described questions using our words to explain. Circle questions 16 and 17.